hold of him. That is when he attacked him with this particular machete that is here. You could even see a few blood stains at the end of this, which he has assaulted Constable Krishnamurthy with. That's when Inspector Rangappa took out his gun, fired one bullet in the air. That is the bullet which has fallen here. Right now, the police are doing a spot investigation. If you could see, that is the bullet which was fired first in the air to scare Venkatesh. When it did not deter him, he did not surrender. That's when another bullet was fired to his leg, and that other bullet as well, if you could notice, is right here. This is the other bullet which was fired at him. And this is the cartridge shell which is still remaining on the road. So the police finally, after these two bullets were used, finally after he was shot in the leg and Krishnamurthy was injured, that is when finally they have managed to nab him. Right now, both of them, Constable Krishnamurthy and Venkatesh, have been admitted to the Victoria Hospital. However, it is the police who have done a great job after 3 days of tracking his whereabouts, tracking his cell phone, doing all that they can, finally have managed to nab this dreaded criminal.
The FSL ballistic team also arrived at the spot to investigate the spot and collect any more evidence that they could gather.
Having got this information, our inspector and our staff were waiting for him near the BD underpass. And then at around 2:15 he has come, and when he was passing on this road, when his bike slowed down near the hump, our inspector tried to stop him and to arrest him. But then the accused Venkatesh, he had one knife and he attacked our constable Krishnamurthy, who has been injured. Then even after that, the inspector gave a call for him to surrender. But when he did not surrender and when he continued to attack with his knife, in self-defense, inspector has opened a fire in the air and then on his leg. So both the constable as well as the accused Venkatesh have been shifted to hospital and treatment is going on. So in this regard, one more case will be registered in High Grounds Police Station. So in all this, rowdy sheeter Venkatesh has been a very notorious criminal, and now we'll be taking very strict legal action against him to stop his activities.
Overall, this was indeed a swift action by the police with no loss of life on both sides. We could say justice has been served. Deepak Bopanna for News9, Bengaluru.
Moving on, the authorities who are supposed to make lives easier for residents are yet again at the receiving end of their disapproval. And this time, the apparent negligence is threatening the health of many in a locality in Bengaluru.
The taps, which are supposed to provide drinking water, are running with sewage. The people collected bottles of water to show the extent of contamination. This was seen at the Anandpura locality in Jeevan Bhima Nagar. The residents are forced to consume brown water and use the same for domestic purposes. According to them, this has been the case for well over a year now, and they blame the BWSSB.
1 year ಇಂದ ಈ ತರನೇ ಬರೀ ಚಾಂಪರ್ ನೀರು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಮೋರಿ ನೀರು ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ ಕುಡಿತಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಜ್ವರ ನೋವು ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ ಅಂತವ್ರೆ.
Yes, many are falling sick and suffering from infection in this locality. And filthy drinking water is not the only problem they face. The situation gets even worse during the monsoon when all the rainwater comes inside their homes because of a faulty drainage system. The residents have stated that their complaints to BWSSB have yielded no results. Instead of fixing the problem, the officials ask the residents to pay the water bills. But this is again a problem.
ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನೀವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಬಿಲ್ ಕಟ್ರಿ ಅಂತ. ವಾಟರ್ ಬರ್ದೇ ಇರೋ ಮೀಟರ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಾವ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕಟ್ಟಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಅರ್ಧ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅರ್ಧ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ ಅವ್ರೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನೀವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೀಟರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಬಿಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು? 1000 ಲೆಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ 6000, 7000, 8000 ಆ ತರ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
Despite many houses lacking a proper water meter, they continue receiving bills from BWSSB, which are not only irregular but also come up to anywhere between 20,000 and 60,000 rupees.
6000, 67,000 ಬಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕಟ್ಟೋದು? ಒಳ್ಳೆ ನೀರ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಕಟ್ಬಹುದು, ಈ ತರ ಚರಂಡಿ ನೀರ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕಟ್ಟೋದು? ಅದು ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಅಂತ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ಬರುವಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅವ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕಟ್ಟೋದು ನಾವು? ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡುವಾಗ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲೂ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರೋ ಹೋಗಿ, ನಮ್ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರೋ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ನಾವೇ ಚರಂಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದ್ದು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ?
When asked about it though, the chief engineer of BWSSB echoed what the residents complained about.
We have given all the households with the new connection to pay minimum 100 rupees or whatever the water consumption is the payable. But they have not paid from there itself. Okay, only two people are giving here and there only 100 rupees. So if they paid, we will give full provided water. At present, they are themselves draw the illegally by boring themselves. Since they know all the how we have to draw the water illegally, they are drawing it. So that's why it is contamination. If they pay all the dues and if we give, we will provide a new connection also, we will give the good water to them.
Well, the BWSSB authorities have not only stated that the residents have failed to pay the bills, but have also accused them of opening illegal water connections. Nonetheless, they have agreed to fix the problem once the residents clear the water bills. But with many stating that they don't even have proper water meters in their homes, will the issue of muddy water be solved? Pavitra Gowda, News9, Bengaluru.
Drama at Vibgyor High refuses to die down in a fresh bout. Many parents have expressed concern on something that the cops assured them of.
Many parents of Vibgyor High in Matali have refused to send their kids back to the same campus. They have expressed serious concerns over the loopholes that were exposed following an investigation taken up after a 6-year-old was raped on the school premises. The Education Department has now come forth to aid the anguished parents. Parents of about 10 students have already withdrawn their admissions and are looking at other options. With the possibility of schools rejecting the students, considering it is in the middle of an academic term, authorities of Education Department have promised to refer these students to new schools.
Recently, the thing has happened in the Vibgyor school, so some parents, they have approached me earlier also and recently also, and they have given me a written request that I would like to shift my children from the Vibgyor school. So in that case, I have already directed the Deputy Director of Public Instruction, Srimati Padmavati, to approach the school, and whoever wants a refund, all the refund has to be made by the management. So accordingly, she has discussed this issue with the management, and they have refunded the money. And in the side by side, wherever they would like to go, our DDPI will give the letter to them so that they can get the admission in the respective schools.
Parents have debated that the academic term so far has anyway been irregular at Vibgyor because of the loud protests which broke out last month. The school was subsequently shut down for almost 2 weeks. With the Education Department stepping in to help them, the parents hope to see their kids continuing with the studies in a safer school. Amrita Patil, News9, Bengaluru.
Well, we have some big news coming in just now. A surprise raids conducted in Parapana Agrahara. Illegal activities revealed after surprise raids in Central Prison. Well, indeed, surprise raids conducted in Parapana Agrahara jail. Illegal activities revealed after surprise raids in Central Prison. In fact, over 60 mobiles and 2 lakh rupees in cash seized. Well, the Central Jail is definitely known for several illegal activities being carried out within the premises, trying to hoodwink criminals, trying to hoodwink the authorities and the police deployed there. I have my colleague Varghese joining us on the phone line. Varghese, can you give us more details on that?
Well, Nabila, what we know at present is that this particular raid was carried out by the Additional Commissioner of Police, Alok Kumar, and there have been several complaints coming in from different quarters saying that there's a lot of illegal activities that have been happening in Parapana Agrahara jail, and in fact, with this sudden and surprise raid, a lot of things have come to light. 60 mobiles have been seized from the premises. Also, they were able to seize in cash 2 lakh rupees, and also the other thing that has come to light is also there was an illegal trade of mobile phones as well as liquor in the jail. Now that has come as a shocker, and now they are in fact going to investigate on the entire matter. They've asked for records to be proved. They want to know who all have come to visit the prisoners, who were the people who could have let this happen. They're also looking for at CCTV footage to find out, to in fact reach to the bottom of the problem so that this does not happen again in this particular prison, Nabila.
Right, Varghese, it's quite shocking and surprising considering that there are jammers all around, all across Parapanagrahara. In spite of that, 60 mobile phones have been seized. How did they manage to, get network, or probably how did they manage to, get in the mobile phones inside the central jail, and 2 lakh rupees seized? What was the money used for? Any idea?
Well, at present we are looking for more information coming in. It just happened, and but the fact remains that, as you rightly pointed out, the question is about these jammers. Were these jammers being switched off is also one of the questions that have been raised after this. And the raid is still going on. They are still trying to unearth a lot of things. With regards to jammers, they are also looking at the possibility of them being switched off at certain hours so that people inside the jail can use their mobile phones. So there is a lot of questions that have been raised after this particular raid. But at the time, there's a huge team that is in fact involved in it, and they are also saying that there could be chances of them even unearthing crude weapons from the prisoners. So this is the situation at present, Nabila.
Right, Varghese, thank you for those details there. Moving on, as World Photography Day continues to grow each year, Nama City too does not want to be left behind. Trying to bring out some hidden talent was an exhibition in the city that had some beautiful photographs put up, which were all clicked by Bengaloreans themselves. Take a look. It's World Photography Day today, and it seems like Bengaloreans are sure obsessed with your fancy digital cameras. A popular mall in the city hosted an exhibition on creative photography, and Bengaloreans poured in their entries in large numbers, speaking of the fact that photography today is more than just an expensive hobby.
I got an opportunity to display. So this is one of my photographs that got selected. So this photograph was taken during the Mysore Dasara festival. So I walked along with the Yakshagana artists during that festival. This is a photo very close to my heart because I spent a lot of time with these guys during that time.
Over 1,000 entries poured in from all across Bengaluru, and 300 professionally curated ones were picked out of the talented lot and displayed for audiences to admire.
I've been invited here to take part in this event held at Forum about photography, mostly amateur photography. And it's so nice to see so much good photography coming from the amateur world. The line between amateur and professional is growing very thin these days. And it's so nice to see technically wonderful photos such as these. I think about 1,000 people entered and about 300 were chosen. And as the people who chose these pictures told me, it was a very difficult process. So photography certainly seems to be on the up and up in Bangalore these days.
Well, on the 175th anniversary of World Photography Day, it seems like Bengaloreans are trying their hand in creative photography. Kudos to their efforts, and we only ask for more. Nabila for News9.